Welcome to the news segment, and in our first story, the company at the center of the controversy on illegal mining in the Tano Nimre forest in the western region has received the highest endorsement of its operations from President Akufo-Addo, who says it is currently not engaged in any such act. The president insists Akunta Mining Company Limited is not involved in any form of illegal mining anywhere in Ghana. Addressing participants at the 28th National and 16th Biennial Congress of the National Union of Ghana Catholic Diocesan Priests Association held in Koforidua, the president said the company had done no wrong.
Let me respond briefly to the chairperson on the issue of illegal mining. I want to assure him and all of you that Akunta Mining is not engaged in any illegal mining anywhere in Ghana as we speak. Further, the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources has, through the agency of the Forestry Commission, with the assistance of the military, made the effort to cordon off all 294 sites of forest reserves in the country and rid them of illegal mining as we speak. We will continue to work to ensure that this situation remains permanent. This government is determined to win the fight against galamsey, no matter the cost in effort.
Meanwhile, the concerned Samreboy Youth Association says it will oppose any move by Akunta Mining Company to venture into Samreboy to mine.
We have gathered here based on our intelligence that we've gathered this afternoon that the same company that came about some months ago that the people of Samreboy were not satisfied with have plans underway to invade the forest right again. And so we want people in authority, people that can listen and take action against the illegality, to be aware. We are prompting them to be aware that this same company is just around and plans are far advanced that they will invade the forest sooner or later. That is what we, the people of Samreboy, have gathered here, and we want people, the people in authority, to know that we will oppose it with full force. We will oppose it with full force, and that we will not relent on fighting the company any iota of our blood. So we want to draw the attention of people in authority, the pressmen, to come to our aid. We have to let this unscrupulous company know that the activity is illegal.
Well, poor road infrastructure is almost synonymous with rural Ghana. However, for places where Ghana gets a lot of its resources, residents cannot comprehend how, despite their resources, their roads are left to deteriorate without attention from government. One of such places is the Wassa Amenfi West municipality. Samuel Kojo Brace traveled to the area recently, and here is what his cameras captured.
A frustrated taxi driver in Asankragwa speaking to me about the impact of the poor nature of the Asankragwa Bordia Road. Driver Akwesi Abodo says he doesn't understand why their roads have been abandoned by government over the years. Ye koko enam kwenso samates for enam kwenso ye kwenyina sese o ja sese koko se Ghana se wasa no ye ne wasa particular se ye ne yenka ho a mumye hu kwan baba so ye de koko ni etimba no ebe ye chance ye koko ni etimba ene ene manyina gina wasa so nenso ne wasa hwe kwan body ha kakra tu asenkwa ma se tumi blessa ye ka etumi ye ta papai ye socks na sese passengers for nyina ma se obedu fe kwa no hwa ho week. The Wassa area of the western region, especially Wassa Amenfi West, is a leading cocoa production area, contributing hugely to Ghana's cocoa output. However, it is among the areas with the poorest road networks in the country.
So that's an ambulance coming in towards Asankragwa. Now look at how slow the ambulance is driving. it is because of the poor nature of this road. So question is, if there's a patient in this ambulance, how fast can the ambulance take the patient?
The bad nature of the Bodia Asankragwa Road has been so for years now. Gloria, a resident of Cape Wating, a community which is about 40 minutes drive from Asankragwa, says the nature of the road is a nightmare for people of this area. Kebedu is a driver in Asankragwa. He says the roads have been heavily impacting on their vehicles.
You know, you top pass now, and do now what we near over pie. You top order, not say, you top answer, not say, you go to me, you not say pie, you not breaky. The amount by volume wire.
Gloria wants government to intervene.
This Hanum say no cast nature one, Otomadi or Mutimi bone to Buso. A be one man, a son say Hanning into motors, Nenam Han, a day could be the baby raga muma. Oh, yeah. The best rest on Barbara no Mabaya.
Driver Akwesi Abodo is appealing to the Ghana Cocoa Board to construct their roads with a Cocoa Road initiative.
Wasani nyamana ye ne wodo wasase no ebo Ghana mo na so hwe kwan na so yesuku ye bibia ne enso bibia na bia ekwan bia no wa papa ndi December was Cocoa Road no so mo ya omo mo oh ye me ati say ye mpanyfo pa oda kokwa no kwa wasa France ya ndi o meboy wasafo yi o meboy wasafo na wasan so ekwan entumi ya bi Cocoa Road so mo ya o nya bi mo ayan so ya na me driver ni o fa ni ban wo adwuma ma me ni ho hwe me de ekwan no na beboa ma me busu anzo anasem na me yire mo ze twa yire ma na be ko adwuma se spare parts asese be de nyeska kofi officer ndi kwan de and di abo ye no wasa de ye bre o ye kwan.
Driver Kebedu says if government doesn't intervene, they will advise themselves.
Ya border ya hear demonstration. Still, almost all over Yama, so you will say, I feel the moment to say, contract as you have our ma. You follow my yes, I can't hold demonstration there. And the band, our Yama can be free as a body and a book or so crop.
Only if government will heed to their request, it will bring a huge relief to the people producing Ghana's cocoa. From Asankragwa, for Joy News, I am Samuel Kojo-Brace.
Now, residents of Salam Chrome in the Nkranza South municipality of the Bono East region want authorities to urgently give them access to the telecommunication network. They say the absence of a stable form of communications is hampering development as teachers and other government workers refuse postings to the area because they cannot have access to internet to conduct their research work and teach. Correspondent Anas Sabit was in the area and now reports.
This is Salam Chrome, a predominantly farming community in the Nkranza South municipality of the Bono East region. Residents here have for years decried the poor telecommunications network signals within the community. Opinion Nene Jemfi is an opinion leader here. He says residents sometimes have to risk climbing trees in trying to access telephone networks. We've been complaining to successive governments about the terrible network here, but to no avail. Sometimes have to climb trees in trying to access telecommunications network, and this could lead to one falling off in the process. Kojo Eji on his part says the situation has compelled newly posted government workers, particularly teachers and nurses, to request for postings and leave the community soon after arriving in the community.
Never say ne about my bay, Nina phones ne a use na omni edge my party, ne laptop no media markets. Ombidana network in any anything.
Due to the terrible network situation here, government workers seek for transfers soon after their arrival, and as a result, we've been struggling here over the years. Some of the youth lament how the absence of an effective telecommunications network is affecting their businesses. Moses Tahiru is a painter.
Na me nkrofo am no mu ya adwuma to da bia wanya adwuma mpa no be frɛ wa onya.
I am a painter and people who need my services sometimes struggle reaching out to me, so for me the situation is affecting my work.
Me say pursue da etmima madwuma kora den e ka chi
I have more friends who are quite bebree so because ne bibia dictator.
The situation is also affecting our pupils as they are unable to study using the internet for research. Pregnant women are equally affected during labor as they go through difficulties reaching transport operators to get them to Nkranza for health care. As women, we struggle a lot in seeking for medical care. The situation is even worse when we are in labor. They have appealed to government to help solve this long-standing challenge to boost the livelihoods of the people living in the community.
Salam Krumha. Adjekes network. Asim here, yes, a groomer, who but night yanka networker, you mustn't be a become you. The idea slow, Ocono, mem inkim rem my. Itimebaswa, yet the once at a mem, Nibiakan Yankupo.
The government, through its rural telephony project, is committed to extending basic telephone connectivity to underserved communities, and the people of Salam Krom can't wait to have their share of the implementation of this project. Anna Sabit, Joy News, Salam Krom.
Well now, while Municipal Chief Executive Alhaj Isaka Tahiru Mumin is asking religious leaders not to use their positions to divide the congregations they lead, he wants them instead to be agents of development. Alhaj Mumin has been speaking at an event by the Upper West Regional Chief Imam to sponsor 16 brilliant but needy students. Rafiq Salam reports from Wa.
Upper West Regional Chief Imam Alhaji Osman Mahamakane in October last year launched an educational endowment fund aimed, among other things, helping brilliant but needy students to pursue their education, especially at the tertiary level. Close to 3 months after the launch of the fund and in tandem with its objective, Board Secretary of the Imam Fund, Abdul Rahman Zakaria, disclosed that 18 students applied for sponsorship to pursue various programs at the tertiary level for the 2022-2023 academic year. He said the Imam Educational Fund has since Wednesday paid the fees of 15 students and the accommodation of 1 student, both amounting to 33,003 cedis 48 pesos.
The applications were vetted. The applicants were subsequently interviewed by the Evaluation and Assessment Committee of the Fund. I am delighted this evening to report that as of 3rd January 2023, the Regional Chief Imam Educational Endowment Fund had paid the school fees for 16 students, 15 students, and have paid the accommodation fee for 1 applicant, making it 16 in all. The Regional Chief Imam would like to use this opportunity to appeal to corporate organizations, non-governmental organizations, and individuals to contribute towards the sustenance of this fund.
Due to the non-discriminatory and irreligious nature of the fund, Daniel Vincent is a Christian and is being sponsored by the Imam's Fund to pursue civil engineering at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology.
We want to assure him that when we go to school, we are going to make this scholarship meaningful. We are going to make good use of it, and we are going to learn very hard so that in future, this scholarship will not be a waste. We are going to make it and make him proud.
Other beneficiaries of the fund also says their thoughts.
To do our best so that in the future we will come with more funds to support more needy students.
Inshallah, we will try our possible best. We will do our best to become people better in future so that one day we will be the ones to help people like this. We are indeed grateful for whatever you've done to us.
One Municipal Chief Executive, Isako Tare Moment, commended the Upper Regional Chief Imam for the initiative, urging other leaders in the country not to use their positions to load over the people, but to bring unity and development to their areas.
The conditions for qualification does not preclude people from other faiths. And that is the hallmark of leadership. And that is an epitome of a leader who wants everybody to be one and who sees the development of a child as a responsibility for everyone. And this is a signal being sent to every leader, especially our religious leaders, to understand that we are not to use our positions as religious leaders to bring division and fragmentation in our communities and the people that we represent. We have to use our positions as leaders of religion to unite the people. We have to use our positions as religious leaders to bring development to our people. And we cannot get development if we are not well educated.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafik Salam. Wow.
In our next story, the Dufia of Mafi Adidome in the Central Tone District of the Volta region, Togbi Kwasinyi Kakaklolo Ajaman V, is asking young people to stay away from aphrodisiacs and alcohol to stay healthy. He says the abuse of these substances have led to a rise in death cases among the youth. He spoke to correspondent Fred Kwame Asari after a health screening by an NGO, 100K for Ghana.
100K for Ghana is a benevolent organization made up of people from different countries intending to pool resources together to undertake projects to make life better for the underprivileged in society. The health screening exercise, which is the second edition in the area, forms part of the NGO's annual plan aimed at extending healthcare to people who can't afford it. Bennett Nyasebi is the country director of 100K for Ghana.
Our job is to complement the work of government because we realize that the government alone cannot do everything. So we as individuals and citizens from Ghana and other countries across the world have just decided to come together, pool our own resources, including support from friends, partners, and other people to undertake some of these very important social interventions that we have identified in communities. This year, we added the renewal of national health insurance cards to whatever we were doing because we realized that a number of people are in the communities. You wonder they cannot even afford as little as 23 cedis or 6 Ghana cedis to renew health insurance card, which can help them have access to health care.
244 residents in Ajidome and its environs benefited from the health screening exercise, which provided free consultations, eye care services, and medications. The top 3 medical conditions identified were myalgia, anemia, and hypertension. The Dufia of Mafi Ajidome, Togbi Kwasinyi Kakakololo Ajima in the feet, expressed worry about the prevalence of these conditions.
It's obvious that most of these things can be attributed to the abuse of substance. I mean, taking all sort of aphrodisiacs and then unprescribed drugs and the rest. I'd like to appeal to them. If we are saying that the youth are the future, are the leaders for tomorrow, then if we lose them this young, and as many of them are such, it means that we'll probably be having no leaders tomorrow. So my appeal is to the youth, I mean the entire youth of Ghana, that they should, abstain from these things, abusing substances. And the elderly, I think that we will encourage them to be doing checkups. And that is why I am committed to bringing people like 100K for Ghana I mean, periodically to come to our people, to come to the service of our people.
The finance director of 100K for Ghana, Samuel Osei, appealed for support from the public to enable his outfit undertake projects aimed at improving livelihoods.
So right now we started off funding most of these projects and the health screening with our own monies. We wanted to show what we can do, individually brilliant, collectively superior, what we can all do. But going forward, we want to really push the public to donate as much as possible so that we can be able to put together health screening and you know, these type of projects. So that it really just provides livable wages for the community and also end the year in good health on a yearly basis, such as what's happening here today.
About 177 residents had their National Health Insurance Scheme cards renewed at no fee. Fred Kwame Asari, Joy News, Ajidume.
On that encouraging note, we wrap the news. Up next, the news review. Do stay.